loves. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. It is a story time, as you saw with the title of the video. One thing about me, I'm dropping story times. Guys, I've come to notice that, but I think it's not you guys, actually, it is me. I don't think I excel in these what do you call this thing, vlogs. I'm still yet to learn those things, because genuinely I'm one person, when I go out I don't always have my phone with me because I record with my phone. I don't always have my phone with me in my hand. I always have it in my bag because I feel like, especially when I go to a place, I want to absorb the moment. I want to enjoy the space without having to record. Personal matter, I need to sort it out, but nonetheless, we're not here for that. It is a story time, baby. Welcome back to my channel, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below, and you know what it do. Thank you for the 500 subscribers. Thank you lots. Means much. Now we're heading to 600. I reckon when you're 600 subscribers, say what it deserve, guys. I'm trying to I try my best, because it is a bit difficult for me now to post like how I would want to, due to the fact of work. And so getting back home late and the lighting not being too great, I'm just like But anyway, welcome back. I go by the name of Toro for those that do not know me, and for those that know me, Dintang Fede Dintang. Anyway, getting straight into the story time. So today's story, I'm having lychee juice, my favorite. If it's not lychee, it needs to be cranberry. As you saw with the title of the video, it is how Mara guys, first thing, can I just say this before I get into the story time? Can you please, guys, be lenient? Yes, I'm not saying I'm not really a good Samaritan. I've never really, been the good Samaritan in all stories of my life, in all events of my life. So yeah, what do you call this thing? Please be lenient section, and do not come for me so much. Just try and understand the story before coming for me. And yeah, so this is how the story started. So basically this was in 2020 of November. So 2020 of November, there is this guy who's now my friend. He had a birthday. So back then I did not know him. We only started being friends after that. So it was his birthday, so he decided not to do so much of a big celebration. So they went, they had a chillers at his friend's place, who is the main character in this whole story. He's the main character in this whole story. So fine. What do you call this thing? So it happened that her. So in my channel, on my channel, this platform, I've named her Fiona. If you've watched my previous video of the failed cookie heist, then you would know who I'm talking about. Fiona. So Fiona and I were roommates at that time. So fine, guys, it's pretty hectic here, but we move. Hi, fine. Fiona, on that day, I remember it was on a Thursday, because the following day was a Friday, and I remember in the morning we were both writing. So our writing times were different. I was writing in the morning, she was writing a bit later on in the morning. So fine. So we were chilling, and what we were writing was not difficult. So we were chilling, and then very bored. So she was like, so she's on her phone. So she's the life of the party, and as much as I might seem as if I'm the life of the party, I'm not. I'm very much reserved. So fine. So there's a mutual friend that Fiona and I share. So that mutual friend texts Fiona to say, what are you doing? It's like, no, I'm just chilling, let's hear who we're bored. And yeah, it's like, no, actually I'm at this place. We are literally, so where the friend stays, where the chillers was hosted, where we used to stay, is literally a minute drive, like a minute drive, if not 2 minutes, but it's not far, like it's a walking distance type of thing. So he's like, no, we're at this place, we're not far away, we're just chilling, so pull through. Sharp, me and the babe vele, we dress up, because we're not dressed, we're chilling on the beds, we dress up, we go there. When we get there, fine, it be like a Father's Day. It's just, guys, did we get there? Was she there when we arrived? Can't remember. You know, Father's Day. So the friend that stays there, is not there yet. So there's other people. Fine, we get there, we introduce ourselves. Hey, who this is that. So I sit next to the mutual friend, because he's the only person that I knew at that point in time. So I was like, no, let me sit here plus this space. Fine, I sat there. We spoke, we're drinking, you know, it's just the vibe, like it's a nice chilled vibe. So now there's this guy, he walks past me and the mutual friend, and then he's wearing full black, so like a black shirt, black jeans, and black shoes, and a black bucket hat. And I'm like, hi. Obviously I didn't say it out loud, you know, to myself. I'm like, which one is this one? So fine, I get a tip, or no, he's the one that stays here. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I like it. Cute. So fine. He's like, what do you call this thing? He sits on the opposite end of me. So now I kind of have a full view, but not really a full view, because that bucket hat was just, and then he's got a beard game, so that bucket hat was just sitting right here by his eyes, so I could not see his full face and the beard, you know. So I'm like, but in my head I'm like, but Asiko, I'm not here for that, you know, just here for a vibe. Fine, me and the mutual friend, we keep on talking, but my eye is there, but I'm like, we're not here for that, you know that vibe, sharp. So it happens that me and Fiona, she's like, no, she wants to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. One, so sharp, we go to the bathroom. As we go to the bathroom, so now Biala obviously buira so one wanamela sharp. Now in the bathroom, she's like, no. So this guy that just walked in, he's cute. I think I like him. What. To myself, I'm like, yo, I was saying the same thing to myself, but I'm like, you know what, because you said it out loud first, but now I'm saying this to myself. I'm like, because she said it out loud first, it's fine. So I'm like to her, no, babes, go for it. Like, it's okay, you know. I think you can shoot your shot, could be, because one thing we believe in is shooting our shot, right? So fine, as the night progresses, we move, because we're chilling in the garage, so we move to the other side of the house, whereby there's like a fire, not a fireplace, but like a fire sit-in area, you know, where you can like do a bonfire, and then there's like a ride round sit-in area, because they're like, let's play games. Fine, we move to that side. As we're moving to that side, this guy, he gives me his phone. He's like, please hold my phone for me. I'm like, why? He's like, no, please hold it for me. I'm like, oh, okay, sharp. Fine, I hold his phone. I'm not thinking of any, honestly speaking, I did not take it to head. I read nothing out of that gesture. I read nothing out of it. Fine. I'm now my friend, not my friend, now Fiona. So as we're sitting at the outside to the second area, so I was still sitting next to the mutual friend, ne? So because she was trying to shoot her shot, she sat next to him. So I'm like, okay, babes, go for it, fine. So now it got to a point whereby she utulile block, like she got drunk, she passed out. So fine, obviously had to take her to the sofa. She slept on the sofa. There was a point in time she was vomiting, so obviously me being me, I took care of her, cleaned up, you know, as she was vomiting, wada. And then as the night progresses, I'm like, you know what, name? I need to take her because there were a lot of people coming in now. And I'm like, no, so I'm like, you know what, name? I need to take this babe home because as you can see, she's finished. So it's not far, it's just right here, you know. So but anyway, I don't think I'm gonna come back because at that point in time, I think it was after 12, you know. I'm like, I'm not gonna come back. I think I need to sleep because in the morning I'm writing at 8. Hi, sharp. So before we leave, so now we're still deciding how to, are they going to take us with which car. So before we leave now, what do you call this thing, this guy, what am I gonna call him? Yummy. Wow, I'm gonna call him Yummy. So Yummy, he what you might call that thing, he comes to me. I give him his phone because, like I said, he gave me his phone to hold it. I don't know for what good reason. Sharp. I give him back his phone. I'm like, dude, we need to go on. So we're gonna go with this car. So they had decided. So I'm like, no, we're gonna go with this car. So yeah, good night, you know. Sharp. My friend, as you can see, she's finished this and that, you know. Sharp. So he's like, no, let's exchange numbers, you know. Maybe you might come back. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I don't think that is a possibility because people, even at that late hour, people were still coming in, and I was honestly, the alcohol was here, but I was not drunk. You know, I was tipsy. I was okay. I was still okay. So now he's like, no, come back. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm writing. He's like, easy, come back. I'm like, sharp. I will exchange numbers. As we exchange numbers, we go. So Vela, when we get back to our place, she wakes up. She's like, we're going back. So I'm thinking maybe due to the vomiting, the alcohol was out of her system. Now she's awake, her system has rebooted. Fine. Now she's like, no, we're going back. So the guy, so me going there, it was me, Fiona, and some other girl. So going back, that other girl, she was gonna go back, you know, and I was thinking of going back with her. So the guy that brought us, he was like, he didn't wait for us, he left us. So fine. I remember, I'm like, hey, I've got Yami's number, let me text him. So I text him, I'm like, dude, yeah, so my friend just woke up, I'm guessing she's okay now, she's looking fresh, you know, she seems fresh, so can you come back and, you know, fetch us? He didn't even take long. He was like, I'm outside, I'm there, boo. Fine. When we get there, we chill. So when we got there, I think at that point we were just chilling and I was not looking for anything. So finally got to a point, he's like, he insisted, he's like, no, please sleep over. I'm like, I don't like the sound of that. He's like, no, please. I'm like, I don't like the sound. I'm not going to do that. I'm going back to my bed. I have my own bed, which is not far from here. Sharp. Until now, my friend is still feeling this guy, Owen. So fine. Our conversation between me and Yami, it ended there. So fine. As I don't know what time they exchanged numbers. So I was just like, I don't know. It's okay. It's fine. She must shoot a shot. So it happened that so the next day we had transportation to go to school, so that transportation sort of gave us a problem. So fine, how this guy brings her to school, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, I think I lost the plot, I lost the story. I'm like, oh, okay, no. She tells me, she's like, no, me and this guy spoke. Yeah, I think I'm feeling him, you know, it's a vibe. So fast forward, they had a thing going on whereby they were, you know, helping each other. And in that helping each other, who's this? Fiona really liked the guy, hey? Like, yo, Fiona really liked the guy. No, looking back, Shem, I feel bad. I'm such a bad girl. Fiona liked the guy. To a point, I remember he's a churchgoer. He's a very big believer in church, in Mudimu. So he invited her to church. When he invited her to church, he also extended the invite to me and said, so what he said to her, he's like, no, please come to my church and then also bring your friend. So she was like, I'm gonna go alone. To a point where I remember she went to Mr. Price, tried to, get a cute dress, church dress, like she bought a new entire outfit. I was there for her. I'm like, I'll do your hair, I'll make you look cute. Skawara, I got you, babes. Fine, she went to church, she came back. Things were okay, things were okay. Like, things were okay for her. I think this lasted for like 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. I remember, because she always updated me. So this guy, mind you, remember, we have each other's numbers. So obviously we see each other's statuses, but we're not talking. We're not talking until the day when she said to me, she's like, no, it was only now that I'm gonna be sleeping over at his place. And I'm like, you go, girl, you're moving. Hey, things are moving. And then fine, she's like, please escort me outside because I have my books with me, so I'm gonna study at his place. I have my books with me, and then you'll come back, plus you're not doing anything. I remember that day, I had my own appointment. I had to go somewhere. Sharp. And then what do you call this thing? I walk her out, Vele, we walk out of the gate. So that day he came with a V-Class, a white V-Class, sharp. As I see him, because obviously with my personality, given my personality, get the papela, I'm there, I'm like, yay, this and that, don't do things that I wouldn't do, I'm just being my bubbly self. Literally, when I was speaking, this guy could not even look at me in the eye. And then I'm like, I noticed, but I just brushed it off. And then as I was talking, he cut me short. He's like, Ish arat amai, there are things that I need to do. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna collabo anyway, because Lina, there's somewhere where I have to be. Sharp. With that, I feel so bad actually. With that, he what should I call this thing? So there was a day where and then after that day, he started, obviously, like I said, she was always updating me. So after that day, when she came back from the sleepover, now this is where he started ignoring her. When a guy always gives you excuses, no, get busy, this and that, what, no, I'm doing this, no, I'm not around. I'm like, something fishy here. It's not right. There's something that's just not right here. So I asked her, I'm like, did this guy ever, confess his feelings towards you, just say anything, Did he ever say anything towards you? No, she tells me, she's like, no, let's have a little say long. He's never confessed anything to me. It's just when we together, we just laugh. It's just a vibe. I'm like, I'm like, have you ever, you've never bothered to ask him, Hore, as we're seeing each other so regularly, what do you see? What do you feel? Is it we're here for a good time and not a long time, or you see something, I don't know. I never bothered to do that. I'm like, oh, okay, babes, no, that's fine. Sharp. So now when he's literally, he bluntly started ignoring her, bluntly, bluntly started ignoring her. And I'm like, okay. So now moving to the day where I remember I was on my bed. It was in the morning. So I think I posted something. No. I think that was 3 days before or 2 days before. I posted something on my status, and then he commented. I think I posted a picture of myself, and then he commented with fire emojis. And I'm like, thank you, Robin. And then he's like, you look very cute. I've been wanting to tell you this. I'm like, please bore me. Mbore. He's like, no, it's fine. Let's leave it. So fine. The morning whereby something in me was like, you know what? Ask this nigga where he's going. So fine, I ask him where he's going. He's like, no, I need to go to Pretoria West collect what. I'm like, oh, I'm going to Wonder Park, can you please drop me off at Wonder Park? He's like, no. I'm like, hey, you're going to drop me off at Wonder Park because I wanna, like, I'm feeling breakfast, but I want eggs and this and that, you know, like a proper breakfast. So I'm like, I don't have all the ingredients, and I want to go to Checkers. So can you escort me to Wonder Park? I'll come back, I'll bolt back. He's like, sharp. He's like, I'll be at your gate in a minute, sharp. I go out, I get into the car, we drive. So as we're driving there, I don't know, honestly speaking, guys, like, till this day, I'll never tell you how it happened. I think I can never tell you. This guy, so we're speaking. Me being my babbly self, was speaking. And then he dropped me off. When he dropped me off, we started chatting on the phone. We're here now. Every day. I cannot tell you what we're talking about, guys. I cannot tell you what we're talking about. Now it moved to a point. So now this was November. So now this is beginning of December. So beginning of December, I had a trip, you know. I had a vacation for like a week. I had to go away, so sharp. Me and him, we had not done nothing at that point in time. So fine, I came back from where I was staying. I came back home because it was race at that time. I came back home. So when I came back home, I mean, this guy was traveling from where he was staying to come and see me almost every day. And I was like, which one is this one? What am I seeing? To myself, honestly, at some point in time, I thought, and then I was like, you know what? I'm really enjoying what I'm getting. Can I just not stop? And I did not stop. Sharp. Now, I remember when I went on vacation, so we kept on talking until I came back from my vacation. So only when I came back from my vacation, because I remember even New Year's we spent it together. Now January, that's when things started, you know, when just know January. So fine, now moving to January, obviously it's that point in time we need to go back to school and this and that. So I don't know who tipped Fiona. Somebody tipped Fiona and said, because I remember Fiona was not okay with the fact that Yami ignored her, like, bluntly, without even giving her a full reason to say, dude, I think I'm not liking this anymore, or Geshab, or, you know, without a full reason, literally started ignoring her. And then I remember, because she even shed a tear to say, dude, I was really liking this guy, what went wrong? And I was like, yo, you know when somebody's just telling you this and you're like, I'm the reason, and you're just like, yo, I felt bad, but I was like, can I not stop? Like, something in me was just telling me not to stop, because I can't even explain as to how everything started between me and Yami. I can't tell you, because it was just conversation after conversation after conversation. I can't tell you. Until January, somebody tipped her. Now, now we need to explain. So I tell this guy, I'm like, please tell her, this is what's going on, and this is what she decided on. Fine, he does that. I think I was kicking myself for a very long time. I kicked myself for a very long time. I will not lie. I kicked myself for a very long time, because even after telling her, it's like it didn't register. It didn't register. No man, this thing is happening. Until one time we went to Groove. So when we went to Groove, me and Yami went to Groove together. So, but at Groove, I was sitting with the girls, and then he was the other side chilling with the guys. Because one thing about me, I believe that when we go to Groove, we don't have to be in each other's faces. Like Rajol, it's enough already. So now we don't have to be in each other's faces. Can we just enjoy, you know? We're here to have a good time anyway. So sharp. So obviously him being my, and at that point in time, we had established a whole relationship. A relationship was established. He was my boyfriend, I was his girlfriend, and we're in a relationship. Hey, fine. So him being the boyfriend, obviously is gonna come to me and check up on me. So fine, we were not aware Fiona is at the party. So there was a point in time he was talking to me. So his hand was by my waist, and then he was checking up on me, talking to me because of the noise, you know. So he was here. So fine. As he's talking to me, he's like, so Fiona, right? He's like, yeah, Lona. Alimpoti. And I'm like, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to entertain this because we're at a groove place, we're all intoxicated. It is not the right timing. I'm not going to entertain it because it can unfold in a very not nice way. You understand? Sharp. So fine, he says to her, no, dude, relax. Like, what the hell, relax? Yeah, so what? It's happening. So what? So one thing about Yami, he's got an attitude. Not that bonale attitude. Bonale attitude fail. You know? So he's like, yeah, so what? It's happening. And I'm just like, dude, no, don't do that. So fine, she walks away and she goes to her people. So now, moving on, to a time whereby she went to a party. So remember that mutual friend that texted her, our mutual friend. So our mutual friend was at that party and the birthday boy was at that party. So at this point in time, me and the birthday boy, we were friends, or when we spoke. So now Fiona was they were having a chillers somewhere. I was not there, Yami was not there. So fine, at the chillers now, what do you call this thing? She starts, because now the way I heard the story from the mutual friend, it is said she got intoxicated. After getting intoxicated, she now started speaking. Oh yeah, Tiho this and that and the third. Hey, Tiho Hantrapila. Hey, ha, vele, is it true? So she's a petty girl, so you could imagine. Yeah, she starts speaking. So because the birthday boy is very close friends with Yami, so the birthday boy and the mutual friend, they told her, dude, just let go. Can't you see how this guy has moved on? Nohal with somebody, what? You never thought he would, you know? Like, come on. Like, rest. Can you just move on? Yo, I think now that was the petrol. Like, they just put petrol on the fire, and I was just like, why did you guys do that? But it's fine. Until one night, so me and Yami at that point in time, you know, like he would come to where I stayed, he would park at the gate. Like, it got to a point where I didn't care anymore whether she saw me or not. Like, I didn't have to hide it, you know. He would enter where I stayed, he would do this. I didn't hide it. Like, it was okay. Like, for me, it was okay. And I didn't stop, you know. So sharp. Until one night where I was chilling in my room, and then she decided to come with a mutual friend that we share, another one, some guy. So as they come in, finally, she smokes cigarettes. So she comes into my room. She's like, yeah, can we talk? I'm like, cool. She's like, oh, what happened? I'm like, fine. I explained to her, I'm like, you know what, this happened, and honestly, it was within my control, but how things panned out, I feel like they happened unexpectedly. I didn't even see it unfold. It just unfolded right in front of my eyes. I didn't notice, you know. Like, I didn't notice. She's like, no, you should have just told me. I'm like, yeah, I should have. That one, I admit, I should have, and I did not. I'm sorry for that, you know. But this is the matter at hand right now. This is the subject of the matter, and it is what it is. She's like, no, that's okay. Fine, let's move on. Sharp. And that was a lie. So she was talking to me, she was not talking to me. It's like, when she doesn't see me with him, she would talk to me. If she sees me with him, she doesn't talk to me. So it was a back and forth situation on that one. So, and I was just like, do I regret what I did? No. Why? Because I felt like he was a blessing in a way. In a way, I enjoyed it because it got to a point whereby I thought in the beginning he was just trying to, vibe with friends, I did it show me, but I was like, got to a point whereby he even removed that thought of my mind. Like literally, he wiped it off, and he was genuine with me, literally loving all these things. Like, bona, love. And I was just like, is this possible? Because normally in such instances, a guy would just, I don't know, and then out. But it did not happen that way. I think that's the one thing that also just kept me to say no. But no, man, ke rata what's going on. I love it. And you know what? I was having the best time of my life. Like, I couldn't stop it. I think the one thing that I also said to myself, I was like, I get ready my money. No. I get ready my one. So how things ended between me and her is that we ended up not talking anymore. And I was just like, I was okay with that because I felt her. She's not my friend. She was my roommate. She was not my friend. Let's establish that. She was not my friend, but my roommate. So I can't really say, yes, I did her dirty, but I can't really say I fully did her dirty because, I mean, we were not friends. So it was what it was, and it is what it is till this day. So that's what happened between me and her and Yummy. And yeah, no guys, no, honestly speaking, come for me however way, but I don't regret it. I don't regret the decision that I made. And I'm not a really good Samaritan anyway, I'm not really all white and all innocent. So yeah, but anyway, if you've watched till this far, my loves, thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment down below, and yeah, I will be posting soon, so just be aware of that one, and also click the notification bell so that every time I post you are notified. So yes, until next time, lives, bye.